host, No Love. It is July 1st, 2025, and two videos will be out today. One will be the entire podcast, and this one is just strictly for an NFL blockbuster trade that had yesterday. Again, had a lot of stuff going on yesterday, so I couldn't really get to this, but I'm here today and I'm here to discuss it. The Steelers and Dolphins have come to a trade. The trade is Minkah Fitzpatrick heads back to Miami for Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith. The Steelers give up the best safety, maybe in their division, or one of the best safeties. You can argue it with Kyle Hamilton for a corner in Jalen Ramsey, who probably at this stage needs to switch to safety. Okay. And then there are rumors about TJ Watt getting traded, but that's not going. This trade here. Uh Pitt, Pittsburgh's going for it. They're going for it. Um I do like them getting Jonnu Smith. You can run. You have a now two tight end set of him and Pat Fryermuth. My only thing is now you don't have a safety. Jalen Ramsey, I don't know if they're going to play him as safety. But as of right now, they don't have a safety. Corn, he's been fantastic corner. Now, does his skill set tell you that he can move to safety? Yes, absolutely. But is he going to move to safety? I don't. That's his decision. Part his decision. Part Steelers. I don't know what Tomlin is going to want to do with him on defense. I don't know. I think he can be free safety just because free safety. I think with his ball skills, the ability to track the ball, get interceptions, he's not afraid to come downhill and hit either. And free safeties are kind of like they're the quarterback of the defense. They're just they're playing in the middle, and free safeties can make a lot of big plays. I think Ramsey that was his skill set. I think if they wanted to move him there, that would fit him. I think at Florida State, he played a little bit of safety, so he knows the position a little bit. Now, granted, it would have been about over a decade since he's played it, but yeah, that's uh the big deal. Minkah back to Miami. They're not tanking, so I get the only reason he did not want to be there in the first place is because they were blatantly tanking. They were blatantly tanking. And so he was like, I don't want to be a part of this. And he got traded to Pittsburgh, and he's had a great career there. But now they're back. Now he's back in Miami, where he's going to help this Dolphins team. When you lose a safety like Javon Holland, who is a really good player, you arguably got somebody better back there. And Minkah Fitzpatrick again as a free safety, come up and hit. He can make tackles. Obviously he's great in coverage, pass breakups, pass deflections. Now they said the reason Minkah was traded was because there wasn't a lot of splash plays. For here's what I'll say about that. The safety position. I mean, how many splash plays are you going to expect them to make each game? It depends on the game. There are some games where they can't make a lot of splash plays because you're getting gashed in the run game. And there's a lot of games sometimes where the other team may not throw the ball down the field as much. because they're very good working those 10 to 15 yard crossers and whatnot. So Minka Minka, that being the reason he's traded, and getting a guy who is still very good, I believe in Jalen Ramsey, but he's older and the splash plays for him are getting lower and lower by the year. To me, that doesn't make any sense. And apparently, a Minkah trade has been on the table for a while. Why? Like, if this has been on the table for, let's say, 2 years, I don't get that. I really don't understand that. Look, the Steelers have made a lot of moves this offseason. Trading for Aaron Rodgers, trading for DK Metcalf, trading away George Pickens, now getting Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith. Now TJ Watt, I don't know what he's gonna do. Obviously, the contract holdout thing is a big thing. If they trade TJ Watt, I don't know. I don't know what Pittsburgh's doing. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know what they're doing because I still think he's a top 5 edge rusher in football. I know last year his production was sort of down. He was injured some of the year. Now, was he as dominant? No, but I still think TJ Watt can be a multi-time. I still think he can be can win Defensive Player of the Year one more time or maybe twice. We'll see with that. I know he's in his 30s, but I still think he's that good. The the thing, first of all, okay, before I get to what I was going to get into, I'm gonna get to this because the Giants, obviously Darren Waller's coming out of retirement. Giants traded him to Miami, so not Miami's got a new tight end after getting rid of Jonnu Smith. Even though I think Jonnu Smith is better than Waller at this moment in time, considering Waller hasn't played in 2 years and you don't know what he's looked like, and you knew Jonnu Smith at times last year with, depending who was in and out, was their second best receiver. Okay. Now, what I want to get into with Pittsburgh. Is Pittsburgh now a contender? Because from what I'm looking at this roster, I'm saying, still got TJ Watt, got Highsmith, got Cam Hayward on defense, still got Patrick Queen. Now I got Jalen Ramsey. My secondary is still solid. On offense, I got Jalen Warren. I got A-Rod. My O-line's a little bit younger, but is on the younger side, and it's improving. Um, got George Pickens. Got Johnny Smith and Fryermuse. I got Calvin Austin. Or did I say George Pickens? I meant DK Metcalf. I got DK Metcalf, Calvin Austin, Johnny Smith, Pat Fryermuse. I'm looking good. Now, to me, I still don't think they're better than Baltimore. Still don't think they're better than Baltimore. Still don't think they're better than Kansas City. Probably still don't think they're better than Buffalo. But are they fourth? There can be an argument made with them in Houston, them and the Chargers. There can be arguments made there. Them in Denver. There can be an argument made there. Like I can say those are the three. I can say, okay, those 3 teams are teams that they are not better than, I think, definitively. But every it's those top 3, and then I feel like there's a gap. I do feel like there's a gap where that 4 through 7 is kind of up for grabs. In not in the NFL. the top three teams in your conference. I mean, they always don't win the Super Bowl. Like, it's not a given you win the Super Bowl. Somebody could get injured. Somebody the best we thought the two best teams in football last year were what? The or not the top two teams, but we thought the Lions were one of the best teams in football. They did not even make the NFC title game. Because if I say the top three teams there, Buffalo and Buffalo and Baltimore could knock each other out. And then who knows what happens with Kansas City. Uh if there's an injury or whatnot or something goes wrong, chemistry's off, you never know. So from that standpoint, can Pittsburgh contend for a Super Bowl? They're gonna have to try to win the division first, obviously, because that division, we'll see what the bank. I think in term the Browns, they're kind of we're not even their last place, but in terms of the Bengals and the Ravens, that's gonna be competition for the Steelers. In terms of the Dolphins, look, they're gonna Buffalo's finishing first in the division. We know that. And then can they get a wild card spot? I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility if they could be a wild card spot. If they could get a wild card spot. I don't think that's out the realm of possibility. If they don't make the playoffs, Mike McDaniel could be in some trouble. You never know. You never know when it comes to that sort of stuff. But I just think that the Dolphins won this trade just because they're getting Minkah Fitzpatrick, who's still in his prime. And yes, they gave away Jalen Ramsey. He's still really good, but he's older. He's on the older side. So yeah, I didn't like them giving up Jonnu Smith, but they got Darren Waller back, so we'll see how that plays out. But this is the first of two videos today. This is my reaction to the Jalen Ramsey, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Steelers Dolphins Blockbuster NFL trade, and this hopefully will be up soon. And then, if whenever you're watching this, see you guys for the second video.